Hi, I'm Hazel. It's Saturday again, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I've been up to, and answer some of your questions. My framing is all wrong, but I moved the chair so that the cat could sit with me because it makes me feel less lonely. This week, we got some more updates to the patch 915 PTR. For everybody, we have more Korthia buffs, so even more changes that will mean more relics, more rep, and more research, along with a new weekly quest that will direct players into the Rift at Tier 4. There's also a note here saying that enemies in the Rift will drop fragments. I don't know how many there are, and I don't know what the right answer is, because I want it to be good enough that if I end up fighting an enemy while I'm in the Rift, I don't feel like it's a total waste of time. But I don't want to necessarily need to go into the Rift to like farm them. That doesn't sound fun either. So I'm hoping for some, not the wrong amount, whatever that would be. Maybe you'll still just go into the Rift once a day to get your Riftbound caches, but then if you have a couple of minutes left in your buff, maybe you farm mobs until you leave. We'll see. In any case, anything that means more Archivist Codex rep is good news for me, because I want the Paragon cache mount, and that could take a while. Another piece of 915 news that is for less people, just statistically speaking, there is a new title coming. The Tormented Hero. This is a seasonal title that is for the very best of the best of the best of the best of the Mythic Plus players. It is for the top 0.1% ranked Mythic Plus players at the end of Shadowlands Season 2. So a very similar idea to what we already have with rank 1 Gladiator titles in PvP. It is faction split, just like the PvP titles, so the top 0.1% in Alliance and top 0.1% in Horde will get them. The rating cutoff may turn out to be different, and will probably turn out to be different, and will probably turn out to be lower on Alliance just because of the way player activity shakes out, so that's something. I don't think this is going to encourage all that much faction swapping, just because if it didn't for PvP and if it didn't for the like the raid leaderboard cutoffs, I don't think that the top 0.1% Mythic Plus is going to really help even out the Alliance and Horde anytime soon. I think it's a really cool thing for them to add cat auto feeder. Goodbye. I think it's a cool thing for them to add. I'm not getting it, so I'm not like excited on a personal level, but I feel like it's cool that there's really, exclusive, difficult to get rewards in the game. I'd rather them be there even if I can't get them, because I don't know, maybe I'll see someone run by with a Tormented Hero title someday and be like, wow, a celebrity. Another little tidbit from the update, we are going to be able, in the next patch, to buy follower experience, like mission table follower experience, in exchange for Anima. There's this new item that grants 5k XP. Currently on the PTR, it is on the vendor for 10,000 Anima each, which I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty underwhelming. I guess it's nice that we're going to be able to convert excess Anima. I do think that in 915, at least for a while, I probably won't be floating so much Anima like I am right now, because I'll be going between the different covenants buying stuff like you'll be able to do. Maybe after I'm done that, then I'll have a bunch of extra Anima that I can dump into this, but 10k for 5k does not seem reasonable, especially just given how dramatically much experience it takes to level a mission table follower, even just 50 to 60. It just feels, it's never been like this before. We've had mission tables in past expansions, and not once can I remember it taking this long to level followers. And I guess it's not that big of a problem, because I can't think of what I would get or be able to do if I fully leveled my followers. I just don't understand why. And then for my Lightforged Draenei Paladins out there is a new Lightforged Draenei Paladin mount coming in patch 9.1.5. Take a look. It is the Lightforged Ruin Strider. It's an armored talbot. I think that's pretty neat. I feel like I never see Lightforged Draenei running around, and I don't know if that's true, or maybe I'm just confusing them with regular Draenei. The armored talbot is a nice touch, and I think it would look really great with the Lightforged Heritage armor too. Also, I forgot, in 915, they are making the Mecha-Done meta achievement easier to complete on a number of different points, many of them involving the vinyls that are really difficult to get to drop, so that should be kind of smoothed out and easier to finish if you are still working on your wheel mount. That'll be easier to get in patch 9.1.5. And in my life this week, I have fallen perhaps deeper than ever before into the Hearthstone Battlegrounds hole. I know that Hearthstone just released Mercenaries, and I did that to get my Sarge mount. It's super cute, and that was fun. I like Mercenaries, but I can't say that I've played much of it, because I launch Hearthstone, and then I go, what if I just do a Battleground? And then I almost never do just one Battleground. I've been playing a lot. I made it to 6k rating, which I was feeling pretty good about until I opened up some Hearthstone streams, and then I felt normal again. But it's been a large consumer of time that brings me joy and despair all wrapped in one package. You know you've been playing a game too much when you start to see it in your dreams. Like, I go to sleep and I just see Two-Tusk Tony taunting me from the tavern tier. So that's been happening. And wow, I'm like 5k of my 10k pet charms. That's been going pretty good. I am still playing. That's been fun. I have lost a little bit of pet charm farming steam just because it's occurred to me, and I think I always knew this, but Shadowlands missions can give quite a few pet charms, especially if you kind of set them up a little bit and progress them a little bit. And in 915, I'm going to be able to get so many alts, theoretically, to those levels. So what if I just, you know, you hear about people that just got like 5 or 6k charms just by accident, just from running mission tables anyways. So like, what if I just like manifested them that way? You know? And questions for this week. Speaking of alts, Mikey says, "Hi Hazel, with the new Nightborn features, have you got any plans to level that lovely dear old Nightborn Arcanist from Suramar? My Nightborn mage alt." Yeah, she's an arcane mage. I think I'm going to, in 915, not necessarily just because of the new Nightborn cosmetics, although I will definitely recustomize anybody that has new options. I think I'm going to try to level, and I guess this sounds ambitious now that I say it out loud, I think I'm going to try to level all of my 50s to 60. Not necessarily to play at endgame. I don't think I'm going to be like picking up another character to progress through dungeons or raids or anything, but it would be nice just to have them at 60 and in a little bit of like Korthian armament gear, just so that they can do their Shadowlands mission tables for pet charms, and then also farm Legion raids after the tuning for mounts and stuff. I think that'll be good. So I do think I'm going to be revisiting some alts, that one included. And Chase asks, what does one do when they can't connect to any guilds and are trying to raid and such? It's hard finding a decent guild that isn't competitive, pigeonholing people of the same class. So the first option is networking, which is probably the best way to find a guild with a culture that works with yours, if you can find one through a friend of a friend. Unfortunately, networking is very hard if you don't have a network. If you're going into WoW and you don't have any connections, then it gets a lot tougher, but I would say a lot of people find raiding guilds through other people they know that raid. Failing that, your other two sources of finding guilds would be probably the LFG tool, or not LFG, although also LFG, I'll get back to that, but like the guild finder tool, and then separately the realm forums. Double check the postings on your server's realm forums for raiding guilds that are looking for raiders. There's a number of them right now that are trying to fill spots to continue raiding. And then the third or fourth way, I have lost track, would be to join pugs, but specifically look for and target guild groups that are pugging, because a guild group that is pugging probably needs players, which is why they're pugging. And if they pug you and you perform really well and you make a good impression, then that can lead to invites if you make it known that you are looking for a group, especially if you do well and you fit in. So ask around if you can. Failing that, check the forums, check the guild finder. Check pug listings. It is hard though, like you're saying, to find a guild that has a good culture fit for you, or a good like expectations fit, because everyone is like on a scale of where they want to be in terms of try hard to have fun, you know? And there's, you know, different points within that, and you don't want to be with a guild that is too far off from your own expectations, or they're either going to be way too competitive for you and it won't be any fun, or they don't try hard enough for you and then you don't progress as much as you personally would prefer to. So it's just about finding a guild that's like a good match for you on that scale, and I don't think there's a great way to target that. So trial and error, I suppose. It's hard though. If you find a good one, you hold on to them for dear life. And that's the week. Last week, I was all optimistic about 915 coming out soon, and then I went and pulled up that calendar footage of the time walking event on PTR to prove it, and then I discovered they pushed it back, and now I'm not feeling so confident. Based on both the time walking event being on the calendar in December, and then them saying they're gonna test Legion Mage Tower time walking on the PTR, but like soon, and that's not even available yet, making me think a 915 like late November to December, which makes me think 9.2 like for sure next year, which is a thought. But the good news is that there's always other games to dip in and out of, you know. I like WoW and I keep playing WoW, but there's always other stuff too. Animal Crossing just announced a huge update that's coming in November. So maybe I'll play some of that. Thank you so much. If you have a question for the news video, please leave it in the comments of the most recent one. Include the word question to help me find it, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.